A short time ago, I put up a few posts about the controversy that was going on in LARP at the time, which has been dubbed drowgate. I put up a video that seemed to go reasonably well, but before that, I made a post which was a bit inflammatory, and I'm going to read it to you now. So much of the LARP community is in a rush to be the biggest victim, and who is the most offended about issues that almost certainly do not affect them in any way, shape, or form. This isn't new either, it's just the latest thing to be deeply affected by, or at least the want to be deeply affected by. Let all LARPs from now on take place in a padded room where no one ever talks, or even better, a LARP that everyone is banned from just in case they offend someone who won't be there, as they can't possibly risk going outside, looking out of a window, on the off chance they see something they will not be able to cope with. Yeah, it's a bit inflammatory. Quite happily put my hand up to that because it was supposed to be, really. I think most people got what I meant, but let me explain it for the few who didn't. Why I posted this is because, in my experience, there's been quite a few LARP scandals over the last few years. If you're in the LARP world, you'll probably know what most of them are. But in each one, I've seen maybe the same two dozen people be deeply offended by every issue that happened, even when some of them were, as far as I can see, rather silly. Now, I'm having a go at the people who do what they can to take offence at every opportunity that they can, not having a go at the people who are actually affected or have actually taken offence. And I know there's people out there, because I got messaged by some of them, who were saying that the people don't do that. People don't just take offence at things to enjoy taking offence. I think you're living in a very idealistic world there. I think there are people like this, and I think there's lots of them who will jump at every opportunity. Now, some people, I think, did misunderstand what I said, but as I say, most people kind of got it. But sometimes when you do have a disagreement with someone, they might go in and say to other people that they had this disagreement, and sometimes they might exaggerate what it was, they might get the wrong idea of what it was, or from time to time they will actively lie about what it was to make their point sound better or your point sound worse or whatever. This happened with this post, and I'm going to go into that now, but just before I do, when I've been talking about people on my social media in these videos, I've been very, very careful not to name them, and I'm not going to do that here. I'm not going to name someone here, even though I am kind of calling them out on a lie. But I want to be as kind as possible, but at the same time, I do feel the need to defend myself a bit here, because of what they said. So they unfriended me very quickly after I put this status up. I asked if they could explain why they'd unfriended me. Say, I'm sorry that that's happened, but could you have the decency to let me know why? They didn't reply. I never got a reply. So I left it at that and continued talking to some of the other people, and even some of the other people who I feel misunderstood what I was saying. Were very reasonable to talk to, and it was absolutely fine to talk to them, and that was good. If you ever have a disagreement with someone, the best thing you can do is have a reasonable discussion about it, because if you're wrong, say if they're wrong, I'd like to explain to them why. If I'm wrong, I want to know why I am. Just saying, you're wrong, and I'm not interested in that. Actually explain it. So anyway, the person who unfriended me had no interest in doing any of that, and I left it there and carried on talking to everyone else. But a few days ago, I came across a post they'd made that happened moments after they'd unfriended me. It was quite clear it was about me, and the situation that had just happened. So I read with interest and discovered that they just lied about it. So I'm going to read one of their comments exactly. Just to give it a little bit of context to this comment. And this sounds like I'm going off on one, but you'll understand why in a second. I've got horses. I really like them, the boss. I'd love to get them fully trained up to take part in LARPs or reenactments and things like that. And not everyone agrees with me, and that's fine. There's other videos you can see all about that if you're interested. But they bring it up in this comment. So I quote, "Well, you know, when you're more concerned about including horses than POC." Right, if you're not sure, POC, which is a term I bloody hate, to be quite honest, means people of colour. I don't like sticking them into an acronym, but okay. I have never, ever said or remotely insinuated that I am more concerned about putting horses in games than people of colour, or POC. I have never said anything of the sort, or come close to saying it. I've never had the thought of anything like that. Absolutely disgusted that someone would insinuate that I have ever said anything of the sort. How dare you, to be quite honest. That is a disgusting thing to say about someone. And what annoyed me after that is all the support people were giving him on his page. Hope you're okay, hope everyone's good. But someone said they can go and eat, meaning me, they can go and eat a bag of dicks. The person who said that, their Facebook picture has the rainbow stripes on it. I honestly used to think LARP was full of very liberal, very kind, understanding, rational, to a degree, individuals. And I've quickly learned, I say quickly, over the last 2 years more than anything, that it really isn't. There are people out there who are absolutely lovely. I'm not having a go at all LARPers by any stretch of the imagination. But if someone asks me, what are the sort of people like who go to LARP? I would used to say, on the whole, very liberal people. I just think so much of it's bloody fake. It's like absolute hatred that's just about being contained. But I can't say. I think I'll correct myself a little bit. I wouldn't say that's LARP, I'd just say that's society on the whole. It doesn't take much for people to start lying about other people, or quite frankly slandering them. That's a thought. But yeah, quite frankly slandering them. And I know it's not really got much to do with this, but it really got me. They can go and eat a bunch of dicks. Yeah, just have some homophobic slurs in there while having the rainbow picture on your face, because that's all it really takes, isn't it? You've got a rainbow picture, all of a sudden you're really liberal, nice and friendly to people. No, you're an arse. Okay, I can't really end this on a happy note, to be honest. This is just a little rant, don't worry too much, I'll probably leave it here. But basically, I got defriended by someone, I then got messaged by other people asking why I'd been so nasty to him, when I hadn't said anything to him at all, other than, I'm sorry this happened, can you explain yourself? And he took it upon himself to go and make some pretty heinous comments. Something that did occur to me throughout this, though, was he's actually made my point really, really well, far better than I could have done in my status. Because not only did they bend over backwards to be offended, they then had to make up the reason why they were offended. If that doesn't demonstrate what I was trying to show, I don't really know what will. So yeah, in a way, I should thank you actually for making the point so well. Look, in short, you've been dishonest and fairly horrible, actually, to make up that someone's being a racist. So, I suppose to everyone else, just take note. This person ever decides they're going to disagree with you, they might go and tell everyone that you're a racist, or I don't know what else they might jump to, but it doesn't seem beyond them. So to everyone else communicating with the person in any way, shape or form, take care.